sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on our home team. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys knocked out the 3 seed a week ago and looking to keep things rolling here in the divisional round. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys fresh coming off the bye, ready to prove they are the team. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Oh, good return up past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former national champion at Ohio State, standing 6'4". It's Will Howard.
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wildcard round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. A good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far,
taking it in from 11 yards out. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And when you review his performance last week in the game in total, I think that he understands and his team understands they were fortunate to get out there with a victory because he was a little tentative.
And right away, he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. To throw is Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Jackson from the shotgun. Now he's going to step up and run. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
12 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now it's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. 3rd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Jackson now. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here. Here's Jackson to throw. He finds Bateman over the middle. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Jackson. And that is incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
On the field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock to then get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 13. That is caught by Lamb. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. Complete to C.D. Lamb.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Back to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll look to throw again. Finds Pickens outright. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Now Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Throw caught by Flowers. Second down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
Throwing is Jackson.
At the 42-yard line.
He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Jackson. And that one too wide and incomplete. Now a second and 10. Jackson. That's to the sideline and incomplete. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. George Pickens, as time expires in the first half. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, and maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'll be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 17-3.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. We roll on here on this divisional round Sunday. 2 more final scores to get to, and then we'll know the AFC-NFC title game matchups. But first, let's look back at Saturday's action. Our trip through the NFL starts now. We begin at MetLife Stadium, the Giants at home to take on the Detroit Lions. And this is Isaac Teslaw. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. Next up, how about a trip to Vegas, everybody? Checking in on the Raiders as they play host to the New England Patriots. And it's Stephon Diggs. He's going to run a deep route, look it in, and he's gone. 80 yards on the catch and run for the touchdown. The Pats are moving on. They'll play again next week for the AFC title. And here's a look at the current playoff bracket in the NFL playoffs. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. He'll find Bateman once more. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Jackson. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
From the gun, Jackson. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Back to throw. Jackson. That's complete. Now the ball comes loose. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. From the 29, here's the 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. To throw is Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Flowers. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Looking to throw. Jackson. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
4 yards.
Jackson's going to keep it. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Henry will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Visitors 10.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Howard. A short one there to Freiermuth. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Howard. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Here's Johnson again on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Trailing 17-10, under a minute 20 to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Gonzalez. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 7.
Throwing, Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Jackson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That's another Baltimore first down.
And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Flowers. Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd.
Now Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
And it's 4th down.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.